Okay, let's talk about what's happening in Bitcoin right now. Okay, Bitcoin's down today. It's down to 30,658. That's down about 3.5%. But look, all the markets are down. Okay, why are all the markets down? You've heard the Delta variant. Delta variant's concerning a lot of people. The real concern is this: businesses that are really looking forward to people going back on cruises, people taking vacations, people going to theaters, are dealing with governments that don't want to mandate vaccine passports. You see, the vaccine passport debate is really coming from business, and it doesn't matter where you fall on this issue. It doesn't matter whether you want the vaccine passports or not, but this conflict between business and government I don't see an end in sight for it, and that's causing, I think, people are starting to realize that, and it's causing some indecisiveness in the market. We see all the markets down today. We're going to see what happens and how this develops. Ultimately, that's going to tell us where the overall markets are going to go, not just the Bitcoin markets. Also, today's a big deflationary event. We see the only thing that's really up is the dollar, which of course you don't want to keep your value in dollars, because keeping your value in dollars is a terrible investment. It just goes down over time. But on days like today, you see that it's actually, see that little green candle right there? It's actually up. Why is it up? Because people are selling their stocks, they're selling their Bitcoin, they're selling other things, and they're running to the dollar as a safe haven. It's a source of security. They're not going to bonds. Bonds are down. Bonds are down to 1.2, which is incredible. So what happens next? I mean, the last time we saw the market like this, where you had stocks down, crypto down, pretty much every market down, bonds down, and dollar up, that's a ripe environment for the Fed to come out and get our back, backstop the market, backstop liquidity. They've been doing it since 2008. They continue to do it. If you want to learn more about this, there was an excellent piece that Frontline did last week on Tuesday. It was The Power of the Fed, I think was the title. We're going to link it in the description. Check it out. You watch that one video, it's 1 hour long, and it will give you a full view of what's happening with dollar debasement, the Fed action. A lot of it is really good. It's good for society. It's good for people. It's good to have that economic well-being that's promoted by the Fed. But it causes some wealth inequalities and some gaps, which you'll see, which makes the case, the long-term case for harder assets like Bitcoin. Great video, check it out, and once you watch it, reach out to us if there's any questions you have. That's actually our thesis in a nutshell. The 2008 global financial crisis created an incredible amount of liquidity that's driving asset prices up, and that's how the hardest assets win. That's where Bitcoin comes in and wins. So I think in the next couple of days, we will see, this is the key takeaway here. We'll see either the markets continue to go down or Jerome Powell is going to come out and, backstop the markets with liquidity, and we should see recovery. One other thing, when the price of Bitcoin kind of, finds its indecisiveness, it's never a bad thing to, have an event where Bitcoin just sharply corrects. Let's say it goes down below 30, 29, 28, 27, doesn't really matter, but a sharp correction, a capitulation, moving a lot of Bitcoin from short-term holders or short-term investors to long-term investors is never a bad thing. That movement of a lot of Bitcoin, we're going to look for an indicator called CVDD. We'll follow up with that. CVDD stands for Cumulative Value Days Destroyed. It's a great bottom indicator. It's a great indicator of when we see a lot of Bitcoin moving from some entities to another, and it typically indicates the bottom of a cycle, and we would see price appreciation from there. That's one indicator I'm looking for. But I'm also looking at the Fed action, and with this kind of setup, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Jerome Powell sometime this week. He may give it a little bit of time to see what happens. I would expect that we'll see him, and he's going to give confidence to the markets, and we should see some price discovery. And of course, at the end of the summer, institutions come back from vacation. They're going to observe that the hash rate recovered. It was an incredible stress test on the Bitcoin ecosystem to see about 40 to 50% of the mining capacity move out of China, and we see them starting to turn back up in other places, the United States and other places around the world. So I think investors are going to be looking at that. They're going to have a new sound sense of confidence. And they're also looking around at where the smart money is putting their capital. And the smart money is, of course, putting their capital into Bitcoin, and other digital assets. That's all I have for you for now. If you want some updates, we're going to, if you're interested in getting updates, I'm going to be posting updates on Twitter, so follow me there. My handle is OSABEK, and we also have our YouTube channel. So hit subscribe, hit the notification button, and you'll see our future videos. Thank you.